Have you ever seen a ghost in the wild? A snow-white squirrel in a green forest, a pale pink dolphin in a blue ocean, or a deer as white as a winter drift? These aren't mythical creatures. They are real, and they are a window into one of nature's most fascinating genetic stories. Today, we're talking about albinism. It's a word you've probably heard, often associated with striking, ethereal beauty. But what is it, really? Why does it happen? And what does it tell us about the incredible, complex code that builds every living thing? This is not a story about a flaw or a defect, it's a story about a tiny change in the recipe of life with a huge invisible result. To understand albinism, we first need to talk about a single, crucial ingredient in our bodies. It's a pigment called melanin. Think of melanin as the body's personal ink. It's a substance that your body produces to give color to your skin, your hair, and your eyes. The amount and type of melanin you have determines whether your eyes are brown or blue, your hair is black or blonde, and how light or dark your skin is. It's the master artist of our appearance. Our bodies know how to make this ink because the instructions are written into our DNA. Your DNA is like a giant, ancient cookbook with millions of recipes. And deep inside that cookbook, there is a specific recipe for making melanin. So what happens in albinism? Well, it's like a tiny, single typo in that all-important recipe. Let's break this down with an analogy. Imagine your body is a high-tech ink factory. Your DNA is the recipe book. The melanin is the final product, the ink. But to get from the recipe to the ink, you need a very specific factory worker, an enzyme, to mix the ingredients and run the machinery. In the most common form of albinism, the genetic recipe for that factory worker has a tiny mistake in it. So, the factory is built, the ingredients for the ink are all there, but the one specialized worker who knows how to run the machine never shows up for work. The result? The factory sits idle. The ink, the melanin, never gets made. And without that ink, there is no pigment to color the hair, the skin, or the eyes. That is the simple, beautiful science behind albinism. It's not that something is missing, it's that a single instruction in a complex process wasn't read correctly. And this can happen in humans, mammals, birds, reptiles, and fish. It's a universal story in biology. But the effects of albinism go much deeper than just appearance. This brings us to the most important and often misunderstood part of the story, vision. Melanin doesn't just provide color. It plays a critical, behind-the-scenes role in the development of our eyes. Think of it like the guy that helps all the complex wiring from the camera, your eye, plug into the right sockets in the computer, your brain. During development, melanin helps guide the growth of the retina and the optic nerves. When there's no melanin, that wiring can get a little jumbled. This means that almost everyone with albinism has some form of vision impairment. This can include things like nystagmus, where the eyes move back and forth involuntarily, or photophobia, which is an extreme sensitivity to bright light, because the iris doesn't have enough pigment to block it out. This is why you often see people with albinism wearing glasses or using other visual aids. It's a fundamental part of the condition that has nothing to do with the color of their skin or hair. Now, let's bust a quick myth. What about the famous red eyes? You've probably seen pictures of a white rabbit with striking red eyes. This isn't because their eyes are actually red. Just like with the skin and hair, the iris of the eye has no melanin to give it color, it's not blue or brown, it's translucent. What you are actually seeing is the red color of the blood vessels in the retina at the back of the eye, reflecting light back at you. In humans, this is much rarer. Most people with albinism have very light blue, green, or hazel eyes. So, let's bring it all home. Albinism isn't a magical curse or a sign of weakness. It is a specific, inherited genetic condition. It's a powerful reminder that our appearance is the result of an incredibly complex chain of events, where a single, tiny change can create a beautiful and dramatic new result. The next time you see a picture of a stunning all-white peacock or a snow-white giraffe, look beyond its ethereal beauty. See the science. see the intricate dance of genes and enzymes. And when you meet a person with albinism, remember that what makes them unique is a fascinating part of their biology, but it doesn't define who they are. It's just one of the countless variations that makes life on this planet so diverse, and so endlessly interesting.